Coming up on 5 Minute News. Republicans in Florida pass congressional map limiting votes of black people. Audio proves Kevin McCarthy said he would urge Trump to resign. And satellite imagery shows mass grave sites near Mariupol. It's Friday, April 22. I'm Anthony Davis. Republicans in Florida approved a new congressional map yesterday that severely curtails black voting power in the state. The new plan, which was drawn up personally by Governor Ron DeSantis, gives Republicans a significant boost in the state and is one of the most aggressively gerrymandered maps passed in recent months. Republicans will be expected to win 20 of the state's 28 congressional districts, a 4-seat increase from the 16 they now hold. It also eliminates 2 of 4 districts where black voters have been able to elect the candidate of their choice. DeSantis is expected to sign the districts into law, and lawsuits challenging the maps are immediately expected. Black Democratic lawmakers halted the final debate of the bill on Thursday morning just before noon. They took over the floor of the legislature, leading prayer and chants. One member, State Representative Diane Hart, was seen wiping tears from her eyes during the protest. A focal point of the new maps has been the way it eliminates the 5th Congressional District, which stretches from Jacksonville to Tallahassee. 46% of that district is currently black and is represented by Al Lawson, a black Democrat. DeSantis has openly called for getting rid of the district, saying it is unusually shaped and was unlawfully drawn based on race. After vetoing a proposal that would have allowed black voters in Jacksonville to continue to elect the candidate of their choice, DeSantis's map breaks up the district into 4 pieces, in which black voters comprise a much smaller share of the population. Voting rights experts have said the plan brazenly disregards laws designed to protect the interests of minority voters. Republicans would be favored to win all of the districts. House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy told fellow GOP lawmakers shortly after the January 6 Capitol insurrection that he would urge then-President Donald Trump to resign, according to audio posted on Thursday night by the New York Times. In the recording of a January 10th House Republican leadership call, McCarthy is heard discussing the Democratic effort to remove Trump from office and saying he would tell Trump, "I think it will pass, and it would be my recommendation he should resign." Earlier Thursday, after the Times published the initial story describing the conversation, McCarthy released a statement calling it totally false and wrong. The audio threatens to badly damage the relationship between McCarthy and Trump, who remains the most popular figure in the Republican Party, and it could threaten McCarthy's standing with House Republicans and his hopes of becoming Speaker next year. The audio depicts a very different McCarthy than the one who has been ruling over the House Republicans over the last year and a half, and who has remained allied with Trump even after delivering a speech on the House floor shortly after January 6, during which he told his caucus that Trump bears responsibility for the violence. The Times report last night was adapted from an upcoming book, This Will Not Pass: Trump, Biden, and the Battle for America's Future, by Times reporters Jonathan Martin and Alexander Burns. Satellite imagery released on Thursday showed what appeared to be mass graves near Mariupol, and local officials accused Russia of burying up to 9,000 Ukrainian civilians there in an effort to conceal the slaughter taking place in the siege of the port city. The images emerged hours after Russian President Vladimir Putin claimed victory in the battle for Mariupol, despite the presence of an estimated 2,000 Ukrainian fighters who were still holed up at a giant steel mill. Putin ordered his troops not to storm the stronghold, but to seal it off so that not even a fly comes through. Satellite image provider Maxar Technologies released the photos, which it said showed more than 200 mass graves in a town where Ukrainian officials say the Russians have been burying Mariupol residents killed in the fighting. The imagery showed long rows of graves stretching away from an existing cemetery in the town of Manhush outside Mariupol. Mayor Vadim Boychenko accused the Russians of hiding their military crimes by taking the bodies of civilians from the city and burying them in Manhush. The graves could hold as many as 9,000 dead, the Mariupol City Council said on Thursday. Boychenko labelled Russian actions in the city as the new Babi Yar, a reference to the site of multiple Nazi massacres in which nearly 34,000 Ukrainian Jews were killed in 1941. In a statement, Maxar said a review of previous images indicates that the graves in Manhush were dug in late March and expanded over the past couple of weeks. After nearly 2 lethal months of bombardment that largely reduced Mariupol to a smoking ruin, Russian forces appear to control the rest of the strategic southern city, including its vital but now badly damaged port. You can subscribe to 5 Minute News on YouTube with your preferred podcast app. Ask your smart speaker or enable 5 Minute News as your Amazon Alexa flash briefing skill. Subscribe, rate and review online at 5minute.news. 5 Minute News is an Evergreen podcast covering politics, inequality, health and climate, delivering independent, unbiased and essential world news daily.